Hi, Savvy Sales community. What type of salesperson are you? I want to challenge you to take this quiz. When a person buys, they buy with emotion and justify with logic. You know this. However, let me ask you a question. When you sell, are you passive, aggressive, or assertive? Now stay with me on this and find out right after this. Harrington, the Savvy Sales Lady, your personal YouTube sales coach, helping you learn sales savvy intelligence so you can sell intelligent. In order to become a highly successful salesperson, you must cultivate a peak performance mindset traits. Remember the question I asked you at the beginning of the video? When you sell, are you passive, aggressive, or assertive? Well, let's find out. How would you answer a buyer who says this? I need to think about it. Would you be passive and say, okay, give me a call when you've made a decision? And this kind of a response puts the responsibility on the buyer to follow up with you. And this gives the competition enough time to slip through the door and close that deal. If this is your response, then you're uncomfortable asking for the sale. You take the passive approach and you're losing sales. Or would you be aggressive and say this? Well, the deal will be taken off the table if you don't make a decision today. Being aggressive creates pressure and the buyer will resent you for it. If you're aggressive, chances are the sale is more important to you than helping the buyer. If you take this approach, you'll ruin the long-term business relationship you could develop with that buyer. Or would you be assertive and say this? I'm like you, I need time to make important decisions. I'll give you a call on Friday to just follow up and see if you have any questions that may have surfaced. The assertive response sets up specific conditions for closing the sale without pressuring the buyer to buy. You take responsibility for the follow-up with the buyer. Next, how self-aware are you during the sale? This is so important because if you miss the mark on this, you miss your chance to develop trust and rapport. Now to find out, answer this question. Are you self-aware enough in the sale that you're able to adapt to the buyer's mood and emotions? Still not sure? Suppose during the sales call you find out that the buyer's firm has just announced major layoffs. What would you do? Do you ignore the news and proceed as if you have no knowledge of this news? That's the passive approach. You act like it's just business as usual. Or do you focus on your own desire to make the sale and ask the buyer who will have the buying authority after the layoffs? That's the aggressive approach. Or can you sense the buyer's fear and confusion about the layoffs? Depending on how you read the buyer's emotion, you can decide whether the buyer would like to talk about it, avoid the conversation, or maybe the buyer just wants to vent about the layoffs. In order to bring empathy to the situation, you really need to be sitting there listening and observing. You must be able to feel what the buyer is feeling and then respond appropriately. This is the assertive approach. Now, one last question. If this video has helped you, will you give me a thumbs up and put in the comments below, are you passive, aggressive, or assertive when selling? And share this video too. Would you like to learn more about how you can talk to the right people, ask the right questions in the right way to take your sales business to the next level? If so, click here and schedule your free introductory phone call. Why not click that button now? But before you leave, become a part of the Savvy Sales Lady community. Just hit that subscribe button and notification bell. We're a community for all salespeople. And remember this, sales is a journey. It's not a quick trip around the block. See you on the next videos.